Okay, so today is the day that I am going to start blogging or vlogging my weight loss journey for accountability. I realized today while watching others that maybe it's the best way for me to actually achieve my goals. Now, today is May 3rd, 2020, and from the last time I tried, which was 2 years ago, to lose weight, I have probably lost and gained roughly about 17 pounds. So my current weight now is 253. Although that is not the biggest I've ever been, it's pretty up there. The biggest I've ever been has been 266. I want to talk about the beginning because when I was younger, meaning before eighth grade, I had never been big. I always was, you know, average size, average height, average foot size, roughly, until probably about fifth grade. I shot up to a size 10 in feet, but that's a little TMI. However, um, it was my summer between 8th and ninth grade of high school. I got really sick from my asthma, which I have, and I had to take steroids almost the entire summer. And I shot up from there. Although I wasn't huge in high school, I was roughly around 185 or so, I still was considered one of the biggest in school. Um, I was fortunate enough to have my best friend with me, and her and I were on the cheerleading team together. That's how we met at cheerleading camp, or cheerleading tryouts, I should say. And both her and I were the biggest on the cheerleading team. And when I decided to do theater, I became one of the biggest people in theater. I stopped cheerleading after that, after I joined theater. It was kind of expensive because I went to a Catholic school. But yeah, I just wanted to be just like everybody else. It was a predominantly white school. Everyone just seemed so skinny and so healthy and everything. Um, Fast forward to I want to say right after high school, I decided to move to New York City to become an actress full time. And then I became one of the biggest in my school um, for college. I was not as big as I was, but because of college, which it was a, if you can see, that's my cat, which was a musical theater college, conservatory actually, where it was mostly musical theater, singing, acting, dancing, papers that pertain to, research about musicals, about character development, everything. Um, we did that 24/7. From about 8 in the morning, I probably wouldn't get out of work, which I worked for the school as well, until 11 o'clock at night. Um, you know, that's probably around the time I started to lose weight. I was fortunate enough to not go through the freshman 15 because I didn't go to a regular college. where we had meal plans and all those things. And so I decided to basically um, become healthy at that time. I decided to, really work on being the best dancer because I didn't have enough money growing up, being from a single parent household, to take dance lessons, to take singing lessons. So I thought I had to work, you know, 150 times harder than anybody else because they seem to have it all together. Um, so in college, it was probably about, I was probably about 170, 180. So I was really, really, really happy about that because by the time I graduated high school, it just, I mean, I was almost like 200, 205. I was teetering around there. So I had lost all the weight again, but I could never get past like 170 ever. So I thought maybe I was just stuck like that. Well, then I graduated college and I got into the real world of New York City and realized that I wasn't fortunate enough to sing, act, and dance full time. I had to work if I wanted to live in the city and not come back to Ohio. Uh, and I decided that, uh, I was just going to do that for a while. I would audition here and there, but it was really rare. And I got asked to come to audition for Hairspray, the national tour, and it was a great experience. I made it past the first initial audition. I was nervous at auditioning, and I made it past that. And then I got called back. Yay! And then I got called back again after that. I was so excited. I thought I was going to do it because it was immediate replacement for one of the Dynamites, which is like, if anybody's never seen Hairspray, it's like the 60s girl group in the show. Very much like related to that time. And they sing Welcome to the 60s with Edna and Tracy. Anyways, I was so excited. I called my mom and I was like, Mom, oh my gosh, I made it. I got a call back. I got another call back. I'm so excited. And then I got cut. And that was kind of the wake up call because the reason I got cut was not from my lack of talent. Not saying I'm the best singer or the best dancer out there, and because, honestly, as an actor, no matter how good you get or how big you get, you're always constantly reinventing yourself, constantly um, trying to stay up on your craft. So it wasn't like a fact of, I was not talented or anything like that. But it was because I could not fit the costume. That was a wake up call for me for when I realized, that I don't know if I'll make it, to be honest. I don't know because I'm a big girl, and unfortunately, I mean, granted, it has gotten better over the years. Unfortunately, theater at that time, especially musical theater, had this box that they put people in, no matter if you were big, small, white, black, Asian, it didn't matter. You only had specific roles that you could audition for or get. And I felt as if, and I've been like this since I was born, I think, I felt as if I didn't belong in a box. Um, I felt like I didn't belong with the black people. I didn't feel like I belonged with the white people. I didn't feel like I belonged with the popular group. I felt like I didn't belong with the quote unquote, I say quote unquote, loser group because they're not losers. They're just misunderstood. Um, I just felt like I didn't belong to any of those groups wholeheartedly. And, I wanted to belong, but eventually when I got older, I realized I didn't want to. I wanted to be multiversatile. I didn't want to be stuck or pigeonholed into this quote unquote, and stop using quote unquote, big black girl. Uh, I didn't sound like her. I didn't sing like her. Those roles are mostly like belters, gospel artists, the maid, the servant, someone's mom. I just didn't feel like, even now, and I'm 31 years old, I still don't feel like I'm one of those roles. So that was kind of a wake up call when they told me that because I wouldn't necessarily fit into the costume, I wouldn't get the part. Um, but at the same time, I was struggling. I am a hard worker, and no matter what position I'm in, I go 100%, um, whether or not it's something I'm not passionate about. I still give it 100% because I do whatever job I'm in. I do believe in it wholeheartedly. I believe in helping people. I believe in making sure that a company runs smoothly. Well, excuse me. Well, I didn't